Hello my beautiful makeup lovers! Thank you so much for tuning in with me today and a very warm welcome to my channel. Today is the introduction to the project pan of 2019, my first project pan and ever. And it's gonna be a collaborative project pan with my friend Mac over here on YouTube. Of course I'm gonna link her video and her channel down below, so in case you don't know her for some reason you can find your way to her. I already collaborated with her on my channel, so chances that you already know her are pretty high, but just, you know, to the one or two person that maybe watch that don't know her for some reason, let me tell you, I can definitely recommend you Mac's channels on the highest level because she's such a fun creator. Her videos are so well thought through. She has this really nice way of producing her videos, not just like the topics but also like little things that she puts there. She really thinks her videos through. It's difficult to describe, so you definitely have to check it out to see what I mean, but it's just she's just really good at doing this. I think she has a really good hand for it, and she also as a person is super nice. She's very sweet. She is super funny in at least for me, you know, and she has a very similar sense of humor to me, and she's also the proper amount of crazy, I think, you know, this little portion of crazy that everybody needs to be just, you know, a proper person. She definitely has that, and I really enjoy that, and I'm super excited to do with her the project pan in 2019 because we were thinking both about doing project panning, speaking a bit about it, and doing it now with her together makes it less scary to me since this is my first project pan. So thank you, Mac, for taking me on to this journey. And yeah, so we actually wanted to make it a little bit like themed around something, and she came up with the idea that we're gonna match it to the colors of the year from Pantone. So if you don't know what Pantone is an association for kind of color referencing, so they kind of have a frame of colors. So in the industry, if you would refer to a color that is like standardized by Pantone, everybody would know that is exactly this kind of color. I don't know, like this is what I got from it. I'm definitely gonna link down the Pantone website and actually the Wikipedia entry that I read to get to know a little bit more about the association down below, so you can also read it in case you're interested. Yeah, and the color of the year, that shows every year a color of the year since the year 2000 that is kind of a bit linked to the year, you know, the hopes or the kind of, you know, mood of the year that they want to represent. And with this color, and they chose a color for each year. One year they actually chose two colors even. And we kind of thought, okay, for every color they have been choosing so far from the year 2000 to now, the 2019, we're gonna assign one item of our project pan to this color. So we have kind of this little extra restriction that has to be met in order to fill up our project pan. Of course, we're also going to do updates, or at least I think we're going to do updates. We haven't really talked about this. We are not really professional collaborators. But anyway, I think we're going to do also updates on it. I don't think we will do it like every month. I personally feel like that's a bit too much. But I think we will do it in a certain rhythm that we will update you how the project pan is going. It's a year-long one, so you know, there are going to be some check-ins. And also we decided to make it a rolling project pan. That means in case we picked items that we really don't get along with, or that we I don't know, like just don't feel at all, we can exchange them. And also if we finish something up, we will replace it with something else that still has to match, I guess that's at least how I see it, that still has to match the color that the item was assigned to that has been finished. So yeah, I hope the whole concept of the project pan comes a bit together as soon as we start seeing the items that I picked out. And just one more thing that I want to mention, in case you think then during in case you're gonna think during my presentation of the items assigned to the colors of the year that I chose, or sometimes the relations are a bit fabricated, you know, then these are all the colors of the year from Pantone together from the year 2000 to 2019, and we decided to pick a full face of makeup. And as you can see, there's one brown, and that's basically, so if you want to wear concealer and foundation, you kind of have to find a way to put this in a different color, because each color can have only one item assigned. Yeah, so sometimes I did not go exactly with that, the product that you have in the pan, like that actually is gonna be in your face, you know, is gonna be the color that's the color of the year. But sometimes I got inspired by the packaging or by the name of something, by the name of a product that I put into the project pan. So this is all I wanted to say to this, and I say let's get started with the items that have been selected for the project pan tone in 2019. Okay, so the first color that has been, so the first ever color of the year that has been assigned to the year 2000 was the color Cerulean. I'm still not sure how you pronounce this. I don't know, I've never heard about the color Cerulean, but I'm gonna say it like this. And it's kind of this like kind of sky blue, you know, like it's supposed to be, you know, a blue that is really representing a clear blue sky on a crisp morning. And I kind of read in different sites that it was supposed to, you know, represent the clear, clean new beginning of the new millennial, since it was the year 2000. And somehow this brought me the idea, like, every time I put my eyeshadow base on, I feel like, okay, the field is cleared, now you're gonna start your creation, if you want to call them like that. And that's why I assigned to this color the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. You see now what I meant with I did not always go with that the product that's in there has the same color as the color of the year, but at least the packaging is kind of blue. And also the kind of meaning the color has went into the thought of which item I'm going to pick out for this part of the project pan, and it's going to be this one, the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Is it the right way? No. The Too Faced Shadow Insurance that I love and use all the time, so why not putting it in a project pan? I think that's a great thing. Okay, let's move on to the color Fuchsia Rose. So this is a pretty nice pink. And yes, this one will be looking fabricated, and it is a bit what I put for this, because honestly sometimes I was just like, there were so many pinks in the colors of the year, so I was like, I don't want to have that many pink items in my project pan, but there were so many pinks. So I obviously assigned the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the color C2. Mainly I justify this for the reason since its packaging is kind of pink, you know, it has a pink reflect. And that's reason enough for me to put it in a project pan for the color Fuchsia Rose from the year 2001. Let's just, yeah, please let this one slide, okay? Let this one slide. That would be really nice. Thank you. Okay, the color of the year 2002 is the color True Red, which is a true red. Not much to say about this. And here I actually decided that I want to hit pan, finish up, whatever, on this Linda Hallberg Fantastic in the color Bullseye, which is basically a true red. But since it's like a tinted lip balm more, it does not come off super intense when you put it on your lips. So as you can see, it's not crazy intense, but it is a true red. So I thought this definitely goes in there. And I actually really like wearing red lipsticks, but I don't do it that often, to be honest. I don't know why, honestly. So I thought I want to change it this year, and I really like the Fantastics from Linda Hallberg. This is now my third of the Fantastics, so I really like it. And I think if I can, you know, finish up a bullet lipstick, it's gonna be one that it's a tinted lip balm, and if it's red, it's also gonna be a tinted lip balm. So this was the perfect choice for me for the year 2002. Okay, so the next color is the color Aqua Sky for the year 2003, which is kind of like a really a cool blue that's also kind of supposed to remind on the reflection of the sky, of the blue sky in the sea, in water, you know. And I picked for this, I picked a shade from the Infinity palette, which does not contain a blue, but you will see it comes together. I picked this shade Cigar here, that's called Cigar. It's kind of like a just medium brown basically. And this, how did I come up with this? So if you think really cliche-like, then the color, then cigars are pretty known for coming also from Cuba, I think, at least in my world. And therefore Cuba is in the Caribbean Sea, and there the sky reflects really beautiful in the water, which was the sense of this color. So there we go. That's how I came up with this shade for the color Aqua Sky for the year 2003. That's gonna be my project pan. And I have already a bit of usage on it. I don't have this so long. I use this lately a lot to do my brows, or I took this whole palette for me on my Christmas vacation actually, and I kind of started liking. I did not like it at first. I did a video on this, how I used these three as a contour shade, but now I'm just kind of mixing all of them together, and it kind of works for me. So I'm pretty confident that throughout the year I can make this work for me as getting pan on this. So next thing up is the color of the year 2004 is Tigerlily, which looks like this. And honestly, Tigerlily was a little bit indefinable for me, like what exactly kind of color this is. And therefore I went with something that's also, I think it still matches the color kind of, and it's also a bit of indefinable which kind of shade this is supposed to be, and this is the Fenty Gloss in the color Fenty Glow. And I think this is a good match, to be honest. It's something that I actually feel really confident I can hit pan on, because I've been using this so much lately since I got it, and I really love it. And I match it to the color Tigerlily. I think it's a pretty good match, because I see like it pulls a bit, like, you know, it pulls a bit orange, it pulls a bit red, it pulls a bit brownish, it pulls in so many directions like this one. I think it's a perfect match. Okay, let's move on to the color of the year 2005, which is the color Blue Turquoise. So here I have to do some explaining, because in the year 2010 they chose the color turquoise as the color of the year. So two kind of turquoise. I cannot really tell the difference. I mean, there is a difference, but if you choose two products to this, they're gonna be almost the same. Like if you choose two eyeshadows that look like that, they're gonna be all looking the same on your eyes. And I didn't want to pan two blue or turquoise eyeshadows, because it's pretty, you know, ambitious. So I thought I'm gonna merge these two in 1 year, because there will be 1 year where they actually did two colors of the year. So this will balance itself out, and I'm gonna do this, you know. I don't know. I mean, like, this is our project pan. I guess, I hope, Mac, you're fine with this, but I'm gonna merge the year 2005 and the year 2010 together in one product, since it's both basically turquoise. And I'm gonna take this, how's it called, the product actually? Jewel Precision Ink in the color Zircon from Ilamasqua. That's how it looks like, and this is the color that you have in there. It's a liquid liner, and it's really pretty. I really like this one. That's how it looks like, and I think it's so pretty. I mean, to use this as a liquid liner, I can highly recommend the liquid liners of Ilamasqua, the Jewel Precision Ink, precisely it's called, and they are so pretty. They stay in place so nicely, and that's why I thought, okay, and this I can definitely hit pan on. I really love this one, and I had it already, and I repurchased it like a month ago, so I'm really confident that I can finish this up. Okay, next one. So the next color is the color of the year 2006, which is called Sand Dollar, which is basically a beige. And I thought, yes, finally a color that actually I can just assign my foundation to, that I want to use. And I decided that I am going to use in my project pan the Inglot All Covered foundation, which looks like this. has a pump, in case you don't know this foundation, and I have it in the shade 12. And I really like this foundation. I think it's also a really nice color match for me. It does fit me in winter. It's like a good shade also for me, in the sense of it does not only fit me in winter, it doesn't only fit me in summer or something. It really is like an all year long shade for me, that with, you know, a little bit of powder and everything on top, I can always make work. Doesn't matter how pale I am, or doesn't matter how tan I am. So this, I'm pretty confident I can finish it up. I actually just bought this also like 1.5 months ago. It's really hard to tell where at this. I think I'm somewhere around here. So pretty much like 90% left, but I don't know, like I do think that it's not hard to go through a foundation within an entire year. So I am including this for the color Sand Dollar in my project pan of 2019. Let's move on. So the next color for the year 2007 was the color Chili Pepper. It looks like this. So Chili Pepper kind of is for me the thing that instead of a true red, it pulls a little bit more brownish, in my opinion. That's the deal with it. So I actually assigned a single eyeshadow here, which is the color Fahrenheit from Lethal Cosmetics, which is a red that pulls a bit brown. I mean, it really does on your eyes. It does pull really brown. And that's kind of a shade. I really love this shade. I have been using it quite a lot throughout Christmas, especially because it's a red. And you have to use red in Christmas. Absolutely not true, but you know what I mean. I have been using it lately a lot. And yeah, I really like this one. I'm pretty, you know, I don't know. Like, I never hit pan on Lethal Cosmetic eyeshadows, so I don't know how hard it is. So I will see. I will let you know how hard it is. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one in my project pan. And it's one of the I have a few single eyeshadows that I selected, and this is one of the single eyeshadows I'm pretty confident I can make it work to hit pan on it. There are some that I chose and I'm like, we will see. You're gonna see that. Okay, let's move on to the next year, which is the year 2008, which has had the color Blue Iris assigned to it, and that's how it looks like. It's kind of like a bluish soft purple. That's how they kind of, you know, set it, like a purple that pulls a bit blue, kind of like. Basically the color in the picture just reminded me on one thing, and I wanted to include one eyeshadow palette in this project pan, and this color reminded me on the packaging of one palette that I have, that I actually thought already before we put this theme on the project pan to include in the project pan. This was a lot of project pan in one sentence, but anyway. And this is the Novena palette from Anastasia's. Why did I put this one? So this one I was already thinking to put because, first of all, it matches, let's say, like, just to check out here, it matches pretty much the color, right? It does. And I think, like, I heard a lot of times that Anastasia palettes are easy to pan, like it's not such a struggle, and it's my first project pan ever, so I don't want to put a palette that's like, I don't know, like I was thinking maybe one of Pat McGrath, since I really like them, but they have like 2 grams per shade, and honestly I've been using them lately quite a bit and I don't see any usage on them. Like, I feel like I've never touched them when I look at them. And yeah, so I was like, no way I'm gonna do this, you know. So I just thought, okay, let's do this, the Novena palette. I like the Novena palette. That's how it looks like, in case you haven't seen it yet, which you probably have. Has a row of shimmers here and a row of mattes here. And you already know you have like a pink, you have a purple matte, you have a lot of nice shimmery shades that you can add to pretty much any eye look that you're doing, honestly. And you know, it has like a couple of standard colors. It will allow me to use it in a business environment. It will allow me to use it when I even want to go more colorful, with also this pink shimmer and this purple shimmer and this pink shimmer. I love, for example, this highlighter shade Dreamer. I love this one so much, and I think the Novena palette is a really good palette. So I am gonna include it, and I don't know if I can hit pan on all of those, you know, but I think I at least can do some pretty good damage on most of them and hit pan maybe on half of them. Let's call it a goal to hit pan on half of them, because I also have selected a few single eyeshadows, so all over. I don't know if I can hit pan on all the eyeshadows that I swatched, but I chose. But I just want to make sure that, you know, I have also a bit of options. Okay, let's move on. This was a long one. The next color is the color of the year 2009, which is the color Mimosa, which is a yellow. And I kind of, you know, thought, okay, I want to have also, since the Novena palette offers mainly like rose gold options, I really like yellow golds. So I decided I am gonna go in with a single eyeshadow here from Clionadh Cosmetics in the color Sol, which is like so shiny that it doesn't even really show up here. Do you see that? It's like a duochromy yellow one with a little bit of a like green shift to it, I would say. Let me swatch it for you quickly. I hope it's like showing up. But basically I decided I'm gonna make the color, it's really not so nicely. I hope you can see what I mean. It's like really nice. It's a really nice yellow gold with a shift to it. I really love it. And I have been really thinking like, okay, shall I add now a matte yellow or something? But I think I really want to have this option of a gold, like of just a yellow gold in my project pan. And this is what this offers, with a nice twist, so I don't get bored of it. So I think it's the perfect match for the color Mimosa of the year 2009. And let's move on. The year 2010, just a reminder, was Turquoise. There I added conjunctively together with the year 2005 this liner from Ilamasqua, which is basically a turquoise. So this year was already covered. So we can move on to the year 2011, which had the color Honeysuckle, which is kind of like a pink again. Honestly, they did like so many pinks. To me, they looked all kind of the same, but I don't know, maybe I'm colorblind, but yeah. I kind of decided here I'm gonna go and match packaging, because I need some still basic products in my project pan for a full face. And here I decided I'm gonna take the Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer from NYX, which I matched to this color because of its cap. Is this okay? I hope so. And yeah, so this is the primer that I assigned to the color of the year 2011, the color Honeysuckle. And I really like this primer, but I have been neglecting it a lot lately. I think I'm about here with it. So still a lot of product left, honestly. But I really like how it feels. I used it today and I think it just feels so nice to put it on your skin. It has this velvety effect on it. And I don't know why I have not been reaching for this so much, and maybe throughout the project pan I will remember at some point and think like, okay, I'm gonna exchange it. Or maybe I'm just gonna be like, maybe you're just stupid, Bianca, and you don't reach for products which are great but still in your collection. We will see. Okay, let's move on to the year 2012, which is assigned to the color Tangerine Tango, which is kind of orange pulling red, in my opinion, more orange than red, not really definable, honestly. So I assigned a single eyeshadow here again, which is the eyeshadow in the color Salamander from also Clionadh Cosmetics, which looks like this. And it's also like an orangey reddish color, also a bit indefinable in my opinion. And it's really pretty. I really like this one. I think it's one of my favorites actually from Clionadh. That's how it looks like. It's so hard sometimes to show this. I don't know how people show always their swatches so perfectly. But that's how it looks like, and I feel it fits really good the color of the year 2012. So that's in there as well. Okay, let's move on to the year 2013, which has the color Emerald assigned. And this was like the first color I knew what I'm gonna do here. You know, this was like, I saw like all of them in an overview. I saw Emerald and I was like, you're gonna do this, Bianca. And this was assigning to this year the color Ether from Lethal Cosmetics, which is basically an emerald green. And I love this color, I love it so much, and I think it's one of the best from Lethal Cosmetics. And it looks like this. That's how it looks like. I think it's super pretty. I love Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows, and I was like, yes, you're gonna put it there because it's so pretty and it deserves to be at least showing some pan in it. And that's why I chose it. And I also think it's really nicely put together with some of the other single shadows that I chose for my project pan. So I think it's a great color that I added here. And this one I'm also pretty confident I can hit pan on it because I do use it actually quite regularly. Since I don't have it that long. I think I have like since 3 months maybe, and I really like it. I assigned this color and I'm really excited about the color Ether being in the project pan. Let's move on to the year 2014, which had the color Radiant Orchid as a assigned color of the year, which is kind of like a purple pulling pink. And I had like, yeah, I don't know, like this was one of the colors. I was till the end, I had it open, I was like, I don't know. So in the end I just pulled a single eyeshadow. Like basically I had a lot of years left from colors and a lot of colors, and it was just 2 that I consciously or proactively assigned a single eyeshadow to, and the other single eyeshadows that I chose were just chosen from years that I had like leftovers. And this is one of those, the color how was it called? Age Radiant Orchid. And this is the shade that I came up with. This is the color Fantasia from Clionite Cosmetics. It's a matte eyeshadow. And I think it pretty much looks like a Radiant Orchid looks in the pictures, in the internet. So that's how it looks like. I think it's a really, this is actually one of the better mattes from Clionite Cosmetics. I'm not a huge fan of their mattes, but this one is actually pretty good. So I feel also confident putting it there. And I also think it will actually match nicely within the Novena palette. So that's why I in the end decided to make it also a single eyeshadow. And yeah, that's what I'm at. Okay, let's move on to the next year. Is the year of 2015, which was assigned to the color Marsala. Marsala is actually supposed to be kind of a red-brown, I don't know. This is the color, you see it. I just, you know, took this and said it's a brown, you know, why not? And I assigned my bronzer that I want to use up this year to this, which is the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced. I already did some pretty good damage on this one, and I actually really wanted to include a bronzer that I can actually hit pan on. And this one I have been using basically, that's except when I was traveling now for vacation, because I have been using my Infinity palette, but most of the year I have been using this one. So I think I can maybe even finish this up in 2019. Who knows? Who knows? I've never did project panning, so I don't know what to expect, how long something takes. So we will see. So for the year 2015, for the color Marsala, the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Okay, let's move on to the year 2016, which, as if you have paid attention, has two colors of the year assigned, which is the color Rose Quartz and the color Serenity, which one of them is like a white rosé, you know, a white with a rosé undertone, and the other one like a very light blue. So I thought these are colors that are almost not there. Like, which color is this even? Like, if somebody from far away would say this is white, I would say like, oh, true. So I decided something that's almost invisible it is, which are powders, right? So I chose a pressed powder and I chose a loose powder. The pressed powder I chose is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder in waterproof version, which if you open it up you will see, or if I open it up, you cannot, I can do for you. You can see it already has pan in it. So I already achieved kind of my goal with this one, but I actually want to finish it up. Like I want to use it all up. And yeah, so I'm definitely gonna do that with this one. I think this will be a success, I hope. And then my Sephora Beauty Amplifier Smoothing Translucent Setting Powder, which is a loose powder that looks like this from the inside. And there's actually not too much left in it. As you can see, it's not too much. And I'm pretty sure I can hit pan on this one. We will see about it. Like, I hope like I can finish it up, not hit pan on it. You cannot hit pan on a loose powder. I can finish it up in 2019. I'm pretty confident a bit about these two, that I can actually replace them throughout the year with other powders that I have in my collection. Also need some using up. Okay, let's move on to the last 3 final years. The year of 2017. So there was the color Greenery assigned, which is a green, a light green. And I have been thinking like back and forth what I want to include for this. I thought maybe a color correcting green primer, but I don't really like those, and I have one of them. I should use it up, but I even like thinking of it, putting it there was like, ugh. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. And then I actually thought, okay, so Mac and me, we both enjoy a lot Leaf Cosmetics, and there's one color there that she loves. I think it's one of her favorites, I believe, and for me it's one of the few ones from Leaf Cosmetics I'm like, But lately I've found actually pretty good use for it, and I think as a homage to Mac and as a challenge to myself, I gonna put this one from Leaf Cosmetics in my project pan, the color Relapse, which is a like lime green. That's how it looks like acid lime green, bit yellowish. And this is what I want to use up, and I love actually this one lately to blend out edges, like when you like set down an eyeshadow, like already like pack it on, and then you want to blend out the edges with another color just slightly. I love to use this one for this. I don't know if this is gonna be enough to hit pan on this, but I'm gonna try to find my way using this. This is my personal challenge, let's say, in this project pan, this color Relapse from Leaf Cosmetics. And I hope I will love it in the end as much as Mac loves it. Or maybe I will just exchange and be like, Mac, you're crazy. Next year up is the year 2018, so the year that we just passed, which is the color Ultraviolet. And actually, so let me first show you the item. I assigned this highlighter from Becca in the color Opal, which totally looks like ultraviolet, right? But the reason that I put this in here is again due to the shade name, because I have been researching opals, you know, how do they look like, and actually you have this kind of precious opals which are having like plenty of like a prism of colors, and I really like the ones that look the most purple, the most violet. So I thought, okay, I can assign, for my own reasoning, I can assign the color Opal as a highlighter to my project pan, to the color Ultraviolet, right? So I find this is a good enough reasoning to add it here, and that's why I'm doing it. And actually I have already pretty good tint in this one, so I think this could be the only highlighter in my collection that's kind of possible to actually hit pan on it. Okay, the last one, which is the color Living Coral, which is the color of the current new year, and I decided I am going to assign this blush from Milani, this Baked blush from Milani, to the year 2019, and the color Coral or Living Coral, which is the color Luminoso from Milan, from the Baked blushes from Milani. This one already has been pretty undomed. I love this one, I really love it, and the reason that I think this is maybe the only blush I can use up is that I use this pretty much all the time. Because I love, even though I put another blush, I love to put this one on top. Like, I think it's so nice. Like, I have one from H&M that's actually, I believe it's called Coral, and I love to pair it with this one, like putting the one from H&M just on the cheeks and then a little bit of Luminoso from Milani. I think it's so beautiful, and yeah, so that's why I decided that this one should go in my project pan. I don't know if I can actually hit pan on a blush. I will see. I will do my best, let's say, and try to be a good project panner. Okay, these were all the colors. These were all the colors, and therefore also all the items in the project pan of 2019. So you can see, there were some relations that were maybe a bit fabricated, but honestly, I had to make a full face of makeup and I didn't want to wander around with a green blush or something like this. So that's what I'm at. And okay, so did I want to mention something else? Let me check. I have always my notes here. I wanted to say that please keep in mind this is my first project pan, so I really don't know if I'm being realistic here, or if you are already sitting in front of your TV, phones, whatever you're watching this on, thinking like, who's ever gonna finish this up? But I think I'm excited about it. Like, I really am excited about trying a project pan. I think it can maybe reveal some really interesting things. This one I do out of pure curiosity because I really want to know how it is to do a project pan, and yeah, so that's about it. We're gonna come back to you with the update on this, on how we are doing. I don't know how I'm gonna mark the progress. I think I'm gonna do try to make marks on the different products where they are at now, so I can update you properly when we do the updates. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you are also doing kind of a project pan this year, or what you think of, kind of viciously trying to use up one item. Sometimes it can, I see there are ups and downs to it, so I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And yeah, so let me know. I would be happy to read that. And don't forget to check out Mac's video on her channel. As I said, I promise you good videos, good channel, absolutely love her. And yeah, so please give our videos also a thumbs up if you like this kind of videos, and please consider subscribing to our channels if you haven't already, so we can see you in our next videos. Bye bye!